Ignite is an ongoing series of speedy presentations. They've ranged from building multi-person pogo sticks to hacking chocolate. Any topic that geeks hold dear. Each speaker gets only 5 minutes and 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds. The talk you're about to hear was recorded live at one of the featured Ignite events around the world.
Totally the awkward mic. Hi! I'm going to be talking about the science of hugs, so there needs to be some joy in this room. Right? Otherwise it's going to get awkward, and we'll talk about awkward hugs later. So take it away, Chad. So in the beginning, that is a very painful process for women to go through birth, childbirth, right? Well, guess what? That skin-to-skin contact produces oxytocin. It makes mom forget about all the pain with little babies. Yeah, not quite like OxyContin, just so you know. And oxytocin is responsible for wanting to increase monogamy amongst people. So hugs are really important. See, that's a little ooh la la for you, monogamy. Well, might be overrated. Anyway, so as we are growing up, we are very much in need of having a lot of hugs. You can see that we are actually biologically imprinted when our parents are hugging us all the time. It makes us boost our self-esteem. It makes us happier children. Have you ever been told you have too many hugs? Do you have children that hug you all the time? Yeah, I was told, stop hugging. That would negatively affect my self-esteem. Thankfully, I was never bothered by that, right? So children need those hugs. They need to be constantly reassured. And there's something about that skin-to-skin contact. So let's talk about the health benefits. Does anybody have high blood pressure? Just one. Wow, this is a really healthy room. You must all be eating sprouts. So with hugs, we're looking at the fantastic hormones are being produced. You've got your serotonin, you've got your oxytocin, you've got your dopamine receptors, and hugs are really important because just like laughter yoga, which is something else, it reduces your blood pressure. It helps you with self-esteem. Well, I already with self-esteem. Depression. It helps you sleep better at night. So we actually need a lot of hugs to be able to thrive. You can see that there are a lot of people that don't get a lot of hugs. Does anybody feel like they don't get enough hugs? Okay, come see me after. So, by the way, if you are sick, please don't hug me. But the whole reason that slide is up there is they have shown medically that people who receive hugs during illness show fewer symptoms and less extreme symptoms, and they recover a lot faster. So there's this great quote that says we need 4 hugs a day for survival, 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and 12 hugs a day for growth. So think about that when you're thinking about communities that might not necessarily get a lot of hugs, right? I'm going to go back to that because here's the thing. When you see somebody and you have like a relationship with them, I'm making eye contact, we're going to hug later. Because hugs and consent is very important. I think we all realize that. Hugging it's another form of communication for you. I have brought my teddy bear Fred with me. He's 31 years old. I show teddy bears because if you're having a hard time, stressful day, find a teddy bear. If you don't have somebody to hug, find a teddy bear because a teddy bear, just the act of hugging itself will reduce your fear hormones as well. Those are a couple of pictures of something called the free hug movement. And if you haven't heard about it, the free hug movement's been around since 2004, and this crazy guy who's feeling a little bit sad got a random hug from a stranger, and all of a sudden he felt better. So he created a sign and stood out there and started hugging strangers. I've done it a lot. It's incredible because what we don't remember is that if you're single or divorced or elderly or even homeless, that you're not necessarily getting access to people who want to touch you. On that screen right there, you'll see a lovely woman by the name of Danielle. I met her randomly on the street of Montreal. She heard we were doing free hugs. She really needed a hug right then and there. She was bipolar, and she needed some human touch, right? So we need to think about that. How do you give proper hugs? Chad, I'm glad we had that little hug exchange, right? So, sometimes we were like the tap, 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 a little bit awkward. So what is a proper hug look like? Because you really want to have that intimacy with a stranger, right? So the nice hugs are, you have like that, it's the caretaker, and then you have the lovely little, this is the typical one. Everybody sort of does this. But there are also those awkward hugs. right? So that's called the London Bridge. And then there are those inappropriate hugs where people like grab you and they shake you, and that's called the rag doll. Because really, those two last hugs, they're awkward because that's not about intimacy, that's actually about control and disconnect. So really, it's about having your heart to heart. We tend to go the other way because our dominant hand is like this. When you do heart to heart, try hugging somebody for 20 seconds. Just stand there, be present. Don't count out loud. It's really weird. Right? Just stand there and hold them, and you'll find that there is this moment where you are fully present, and look them in the eye. You know, we forget about making eye contact with people, and that's really, really important. So all we need is hugs. Love is all we need. Hugs are all we need.